These four people meet to compete for the prizes of a lifetime on The Price is Right, presented by Handy Andy, the all-purpose cleaner that gobbles up dirt. You'll find no job is too tough for Handy Andy. And now, your host on The Price is Right, Bill Cullen.
Thank you all very kindly, and welcome to The Price is Right. Well, now, as is our usual wont on Wednesday night, we'll be giving you another look at our sweepstakes, but right now, let's go over here and see our champion. He's back from last week, Mr. Charles Hamp, our sweepstakes winner. Originally, that's the way he was chosen. Then last week he won the championship. He's from Philadelphia. Thus far, he's won a total of $15,891. Welcome back, Charlie. Well, now that we get to know you, what kind of work do you do, Charlie?
So I'm an engineer. I operate the boilers, refrigeration, and air conditioning for the Veterans Administration Hospital, Philadelphia, and they wanted me to get that in.
Well, I'm glad you did. You want to wave to everybody at the VA hospital down there?
Well, I don't know whether the guys work or won't be looking.
All right. Let's say hello to Mrs. Jackie Van Outreeve. Is that right?
Right, Bill, yes.
Jackie Van Outreeve, a housewife from Brooklyn. My goodness. Are you a native New Yorker?
No, Bill, I'm from the Midwest, Oklahoma. I've been here about 15 years since I was married.
I see. And what's your husband do?
He's a fireman.
All righty. Let's say hello to Mr. Alex Futcher. Did I say that one right?
That's right.
I'm going to have trouble with names tonight, I know it. He's a milkman from Alexandria, Kentucky. You married Alex?
Yes, sir. I have three sons looking in, too, Bill. We're having a great time in New York. First trip.
Very happy to have you here. And finally, Mrs. Mary Ellen Yovan, a housewife from Levittown, PA. What does your husband do, Mary Ellen?
He's a pilot with the Military Air Transport Service.
Oh, I see.
In fact, he just got back from Germany yesterday.
Mats, huh?
That's right.
Well, now, before we start the game, I'm going to give you and all the rest of them, too, a wonderful gift from Lever Brothers, a full year's supply of Dove, and there's June Ferguson there with it right now. Too bad we can't get a full shot because she's wearing shorts. Well, we'll play The Price is Right. You bid for the merchandise we present. You go as high as you like, and you stop wherever you like. It goes to the one who bids the highest without going over. Big winner comes back next week, okay? Enough of that. All right, now, if you'll all take a look over there to your far left, watch the draperies. Here's our first item going up for bids on tonight's Price is Right.
An electric car. This motorized bellhop design seats four persons plus their luggage and golf clubs, is powered by a 4.5 horsepower electric motor, and styled with foam rubber cushions over coil springs. It has a charming Surrey with a fringe on top, and is equipped with a built-in battery charger, voltage regulator, and head and tail lights. This electric bellhop cart will be yours if the price is right. Price Authority, Electric Marketeer Manufacturing Company, Redlands, California.
Hey, that is a real jazzy golf court, court. You can take friends along, and that minimums are going to be $50, and we begin with Mr. Hamp. Mr. Hamp, we have $50 minimums. You go ahead, sir, and start any old place you like.
I'll say 200, Bill.
All right, to Mrs.
300.
How much?
300.
300, Mr. Butcher.
350, Bill.
And Mrs. Yeoman.
I'll say 400.
Now, we go from 200 to 400 first time through. I remind you, those clubs back there do not go with it. They're props. We borrowed those. 200 to you, Mr. Hamp. 400 is top.
450.
Mrs. Van Outreeve.
500.
Mr.
550.
550, Miss Yeoman.
I'll say 600, please.
Going along good. That's all right. Mr. Hamp, you're 450.
650.
Miss Van Outreeve.
700.
All right, Mr. Butcher, you're 550.
800.
800, Miss Yeoman, and you were 6.
I'll say 1,000, please.
All right. Even 1,000, Mr. Hamp, you were 650.
1250, Bill.
That's a big raise. 1250, Miss Van Outreeve.
1,300.
Miss Butcher, you're 8.
1,500.
1,500, he says. Miss Yeoman.
I'll freeze. I'll freeze.
Okay, 3 left. Final. There's one freeze. The buzzer means final, so there are 3 of you left. You all get one more bid. Mr. Hamp, this is your last. You're 1250, top is 15.
1550.
Miss Van Outreeve, you're 13, top is 1550, your last.
Oh, I think I'll freeze, Bill.
Mr. Butcher, you are 15, top is 1550, and your bid, once you make it, will end the game.
I'll freeze, Bill.
It's over. All done. Here are the bids from left to right. $1,550 is a high. $1,300, $1,500, and $1,000 as a low. Here's your electric golf cart right here. Let me take a peek in the envelope for the actual retail price. The actual retail price is, and look at this, $1,000 $590. The winner, Mr. Hamp, you got it made. Congratulations to you. There you are with our compliment. And you have a bonus, and you probably are wondering why I rang the bonus bell myself. Well, we've been showing it to folks in the daytime show, and I said this with you want to hear that you might need that for practice. I'll tell you what. The car, you know, is named the Bellhop, which is very appropriate. And the reason we brought out that bell, you know, that's the one they have on a hotel when you come in like that, and they hit it and the bellhop comes up, because we're going to give you, as your bonus, a job as a bellhop. That's it. Oh, it's not all. Listen to this. Starting this weekend, you have a job for 1 week as a bellhop at the luxurious Sorrento Hotel in Miami Beach, situated right on the beach. Now, you can take your wife with you and let her enjoy, and you can enjoy it too, the air-conditioned comfort and the private swimming pool and beach facilities while you do your job as bellhop, which, incidentally, I mention this in passing, will make you the highest paid bellhop in the world, because for your 1 week work, your salary will be $1,000. There you go. Isn't that nice? Plus tips, of course. You get to keep the tips yourself. Now, you're actually going to receive a little less than $1,000, as you probably know, because, as everybody knows around this time of year, there are federal tax deductions on income. But to make up for it, we have another little bonus for you. We've never done this before. We are going to pay your entire federal income tax for the whole year of 1960. Congratulations. Ring the bell. Good. That's going to a bell. We'll have ourselves another terrific prize in a moment, but right now a message that can save you some time and some work.
If you were a kitchen floor, this is what you'd see. A constant barrage of grease spots, spill spots, mud spots, food spots. Now, you're not a floor, but you do have to clean one. Lady, you need Handy Andy, the all-purpose cleaner that gobbles up dirt. Watch Handy Andy gobble up the dirt in seconds. 12 square feet of that grimy, dirty floor perfectly clean in 9 seconds and no rinsing. Greasy spatters on the stove? They're off in just 7 seconds with the all-purpose cleaner that gobbles up dirt. You try Handy Andy on walls and woodwork. See how fast it cleans everything in and around the house. They're all a cinch for Handy Andy, the all-purpose cleaner that gobbles up dirt.
One down. Now, this time we're going to direct your attention to the curtains, the draperies to your immediate left there and behind you. Now watch him, because Vic Roby's going to tell you about our next item going up for bids on tonight's Price is Right.
An elegant living room. A 20-piece grouping from the Crystal Palace collection of hickory furniture in a subtle blend of 19th century elegance with 20th century functionalism. The group includes an unusual roll-top desk with matching chair, an arch motif armchair, a spindle chair with matching ottoman, an elaborate wall unit consisting of 4 different hutch-top designs with green finish panels over 2 bunching chests and 2 base cabinets. There are 2 end tables with shelves, a round cocktail table, and an impressive 3-piece sectional sofa with curved sectional table. 20 beautiful pieces in cherry finish with zebra wood accents, brass hardware, and silk tasseled keys. All yours for the most accurate bid. Price Authority, Hickory Manufacturing Company, Hickory, North Carolina.
Oh, and I just tell you this before we start the bidding. I got a couple of things. One thing, just a personal observation. I had a chance to look at that closely during the show, and it is really elegant furniture. I wish you could feel the wood and look at the workmanship. We're going to ask for an opening bid of $1,200 on this, after which we will want $100 minimums. Mrs. Van Autry, it's your turn. Opening of at least 12. You may open higher. Don't be bound by what we say.
Well, I'll say 13, Bill.
13 to Mr. Foote. Your minimums are now 100. You may, of course, go higher.
I'll say 15, Bill.
And $15 to Mrs. Jovan.
I'll say 18, please.
18 it is to Mr. Hamp, who just did pretty well for himself.
19, Bill.
He says 19, and we're back to Mrs. Van Autry.
2,000.
Even 2, Mr. Butcher.
22.
Miss Jovan.
I'll say 24, please.
19 to 24, Mr. Hamp.
25.
Miss Van Altreve.
26.
Mr. Butcher, you're 22.
28.
Upping at 200 to Mrs. Yulman.
29.
All right. Mr. Hamp, we're back to you. You were 25. Top is 29. There are 20 pieces in all.
3,000.
3,000, Mrs. Van Altreve.
Oh, Bill, would I love to have that?
I wouldn't mind myself, I'll tell you.
What did you bid?
3,000.
3,000. 3,100.
Mr. Butcher, you are... hold just a moment. The buzzer means final bid. You're 28. Top is 31, and this would be your last chance, Mr. Butcher.
I'll freeze, Bill.
Miss Yulman, you're 29. Top 31, your last chance.
I'll say 37, please.
Oh, boy, that's good. Mr. Hamp, you are 3,000. Top has gone up to 37, and this is your last bid.
4,600.
Mrs. Van Altreve, you are 3,100. Top is 4,600, and this is the last bid of the game. And make up your own mind.
Oh,
Yes?
I'll freeze, Bill.
That's over. Here are the bids. 4,600 as a top. 3,100 a freeze, 2,800 a freeze, and 3,700 a freeze. There's your furniture over there to your right. There it is. Pretty picture of it. Actual retail price. $3,105. Mrs. Van Altreve, it belongs to you. There it is. Pass that along. There you are. You have it. You can bounce up and down on it all night long if you want. You can go over and bounce on your own furniture later. You can get set now at home if you like, because here it comes, the current exciting Price is Right sweepstakes. Now, as you know, all it takes is your estimate of the price of one item, that's all, and you can send in all the postcards you like. If you're the winner, not only do you win the prize, but we'll bring you to New York, and you'll appear as a contestant on the program. So now take a good look, please, and listen carefully.
What's your bid for this 1961 sports car? The sleek Chevrolet Corvette convertible. It's equipped with standard 230 horsepower V8 engine and standard 3-speed synchro-mesh transmission. It's designed with wide doors opening into a cockpit-type interior with bucket seats and deep pile carpeting. Plus, the following optionals: signal-seeking radio and antenna, deluxe heater and defroster, antifreeze, white wall tires, and in addition to the soft folding top, it has an auxiliary hard top. This dashing Chevrolet Corvette convertible will be yours if you win the sports sweepstakes.
Now, in order to explain why it got so dark suddenly, there's nothing to worry about. This time, turn around, if you will, and look directly behind you. And here's our next one going up for bids. Vic?
A mobile home. The Ardmore model by Richardson Homes Corporation, measuring 45 feet long and 10 feet wide, with a lifetime aluminum exterior. Up front, there's a fully equipped kitchen with colored appliances, including a 30-inch range, 12 cubic foot refrigerator, double sink, and 5-piece dinette set. The living room is furnished with a handsome sofa, has full-length pleated draperies, and is designed with a special converter wall to create a second bedroom if desired with a fold-away bed. It has a modern bath and a rear bedroom with full-size bed, double wardrobe, and mirrored vanity. This custom-engineered mobile home is equipped with storm windows, a 12-gallon electric water heater, beam ceilings, and an oil furnace. It's all yours if you make the best bid. Prices are ready. Richardson Homes Corporation, Elkhart, Indiana.
Thank you, Vic. I'd like to go back to that picture of the bedroom, but enough of that. We start with number 3, Mr. Butcher. Again, we're asking for a minimum to open, $1,500, if you will, sir.
I'll say 2,000.
All right, that's even better. Miss Yulman, the minimums are now $100.
Well, I'll build 20. I'll bid 2,300, please.
You can build 2,300 if you want. Perfectly all right. Mr. Hamp, what is your bill?
24.
24 to Miss Van Altreve.
I'll say 25.
All right, now we go from 2,000 to 2,005, and we're back to our start.
3,000.
Oh, he ups at
Ooh,
500. Miss Yulman,
I'll say 3,200, please.
you up at 2 more. It's gone up 800 since it left you, Mr. Hamp.
33.
Okay.
35.
35, another $200 raise, Mr. Butcher.
38. Going up.
38, Miss Yulman, you're 32.
I'll make it 4,000 even, Bill.
4,000 even. Back to our champion, Mr. Hamp, sweepstakes winner.
I could use that for camping or hunting, Bill.
You sure could. I can camp without that, but
4-1.
4-1, Miss Van Altreve.
42.
You're going on with it. All right, Mr. Butcher, you're 38, 42 stop.
48.
48, $600 jump. Miss Yulman.
Even again, 5,000.
You're going up with him, all right. Mr. Hamp, it's gone up to 5,000. You're 41.
5,500.
He ups at 5, Miss Van Outry.
5,500.
Yep. Now we come to final. You're 42, tops 55, and this is your last.
What is his bid again, Bill?
55.
I'll say 66.
Mr. Butcher, you're 48. Final bid.
6,800, Bill.
Ooh, Miss Yovan, you're 5, top 68. Final bid.
I'll go to 7,500, Bill.
Wowee, Mr. Hamp, you're 55, tops all the way to 70.
Bill.
Freeze, and that ends it. Okay, that does it. Let's see what we have now. Look at the range we have. 5,500 is now the low. 56. Then we go to 68. Mrs. Yovan is way up there at 7,500. Your mobile home is behind you, and in the envelope is the actual retail price. I'm a little nervous. Actual retail price, $4,150. Everybody overbid. Look at that. Here, first of all, take this and pass it on down and give everybody a look at it. And I then will come up with a second piece of bad news. There were a double number of cards in the envelope, which means that that was a bonus item. And I don't like to tell you what the bonus is, but it was so sensational. We were going to pay your federal income tax for the rest of your life. That was. Some days you just, depending, of course, on how well you work. Our bids are instantaneously recorded on our tote machines, furnished by the American Totalizator Company, a division of Universal Control Incorporated. Now then, we're going to start another round of bidding after we talk about old hat for a minute. Now, old hat, of course, means out of date. Well, now, here's what's out of date on the dishwashing scene, if you just take a look over there. The bottle cap that makes you work. And here, right here, is what made it go old hat. And that's the new squeeze bottle of Pink Lotion Lux Liquid. How's that? Now, see here? Look, one squeeze, just like that, gives you all you need. And you know that this is the liquid with pink mildness through it and more power to it. Now, you watch if you will. We take these two dishes that are smeared with cooking grease and put one in a tank with ordinary liquid and the other in a tank with Pink Lotion Lux Liquid. Now, do you see the swirl there? That shows how fast the rich Lux Liquid goes to work. They've already cut through the grease and given it the bum's rush. So now you know why Lux Liquid is that extra sparkle. As for mildness, well, Pink Lotion Lux Liquid leaves your hands lotion lovely. And there's nothing nicer than that, is there? So you give those old hat brands the go-by and get yourself a squeeze bottle of new Pink Lotion Lux Liquid. There's pink mildness through it and more power to it. Let me see, what do we have here? Who has not won? Mrs. Yovan, you have not won anything, have you?
No, I haven't, Bill.
And everybody else has? No.
No, I've got a friend.
Mrs. Yovan and Mr. Butcher have not won. All right. Let me see. You got a chance. One of you has a chance to change that now. Only one of you, because we're coming to the fabulous final item, and you ladies are going to love it. If you will, watch the draperies to your left. There are going to be 3 girls there. I'll give you a tip. And here's our last item going up for bids on tonight's Price is Right.
Furs. A wardrobe of 3 beautiful furs from the design studio of Schiaparelli. First, an elegant fur suit designed of soft lapin in a striking blue color. The wraparound skirt is topped by an Eton jacket with widespread low neckline collar of contrasting white lapin, enhanced by a matching white lapin beret and flat envelope muff. Next, a luxurious scarf stole design, fashioned of exotic Russian sable, with 10 beautiful skins fastened together to wrap you in elegance. Finally, a full-length mink coat, a fabulous design in natural Emba Lutetia mink, styled in the new wraparound silhouette with dramatic swirl kimono sleeves and an unusual back treatment creating a cape effect with a deep collar. Blue lapin suit, sable scarf stole, and mink coat. 3 exquisite furs for you, if the price is right. Price Authority, Schiaparelli Furs, New York.
Hey, look at me. Isn't this something standing here? Can you get a picture of me? I'll tell you what's great about it. I am standing here with these three girls in these fabulously expensive furs, and I didn't pay for none of them. Isn't that great? That is... Oh, we have a couple of things to discuss before we begin the bidding. First of all, keep in mind that we're going to ask for an opening bid of $1,500 on this. Also, we just thought in order, because it's so close to St. Patrick's Day, and Bob Stewart, our producer, is Irish, and he wants actually to do something for someone for St. Pat's Day. So, and listen carefully, the person who wins this item, or these three here, who makes the best bid without going over and win, will receive, as just an extra thing that we're going to throw in, that mobile home trailer we showed you, little $4,100. However, don't include that in your bidding. Just remember, you'll get it. You are still bidding for the three furs by Schiaparelli that Vic Roby described. Understood? Opener of 1,500. We start with number 4, Miss Yovan. That is Hume.
Well, needless to say, I'll say 2,000.
Opener of 2,000 is fine, and we're going to ask for minimums of $100, Mr. Hamp.
2,100.
2,100, Mrs. Van Outreeve.
2,300.
And you may think it over and look well if you want. Mr. Butcher, you're
2,500.
And we're back to Miss Yovan, who started at 2. It's now 25.
I'll say 3,000, please.
3,000 even. Mr. Hamp is 21.
3,100.
Mr. Hamp says 31. I remind you again that the coats are, just to help you in your bidding, this is a Lapin fur suit that Liz is wearing here. Tony, you have a Russian sable stole, is that right? And you got a natural Emba Lutetia mink, have you not? All right, we're back to you, Miss Van Outreeve. You're 23, top 3,100.
Oh, they're absolutely exquisite.
Aren't they?
35.
It feels so nice, too, I'll tell you that. Mr. Butcher, you're 25, tops 1,000 over you, 3,500.
3,800, girls.
He ups at $300 to Miss Yovan, who began.
I'll say 45, Phil.
Oh, there's a big raise. 45, that's $700. Mr. Hamp, you're 31, tops 45.
47.
47, Mrs. Van Outreeve, you're 35.
42.
How much?
42.
No, 47 is top.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You'd have to go higher than
Yes. 5,000.
Okay, even 5. Mr. Butcher, you're 38, tops 5, and the audience...
5,300, Bill.
5,300 to Mrs. Yovan, who's at 4,500.
55, please.
55. Mr. Hamp, you're 47, top is 55.
57.
57 is a high bid, Miss Van Outreeve.
Bill, I'll say
Huh?
7,000.
You say, oh boy, $1,300 raise. Mr. Butcher, you're 53, top 7,000.
I'll freeze, Bill.
1 out, and 3 left.
I'll say
Listen to me.
9,000, Bill.
Oh, boy, Miss Yovan moves in and ups at $2,000. We're back to you, Mr. Hamp. You're 57.
9,100.
91, Miss Van Outreeve. 3 of you left. Make up your own mind. Yeah.
What is my bid, Bill?
You're 7, top 91.
Oh, I think I'll say 9,200.
92. Mr. Butcher froze back at 53. Miss Yovan is an even 9.
93, please, Bill.
Mr. Hamp is a 91.
94.
94 to Miss Van Outreeve, who's 92 now.
Well, I'll say an even 10.
10,000. We skipped Mr. Butcher. He's way back there. He stopped hours ago. Miss Yovan, you're 93. The top's now up to 10,000.
10,5, please.
10-5. Mr. Hamp is 9-4.
3.
2 left. Miss Van Outreeve, it is between you and Mrs. Yovan. You're 10,000. Mrs. Yovan is 10,500.
I'll stop. I'll freeze.
You freeze. Okay, we're just in time because the buzzer snapped. Miss Yovan ties, so that ends it. Now the bidding is done. We have 9,400, 10,000, 5,300, and 10,005. Shall we do it with the audience? Because they were helping. How many, with your applause, think the winner will be Mr. Hamp at 9,400 with your applause? How many, Mrs. Van Outreeve at $10,000? How many, Mr. Butcher at 5,300? How many, Mrs. Yovan at 10,500 down there? That's where they seem to think. Okay, here's Liz, Tony, and June. Here are Liz, Tony, and June. And here's the actual retail price. The actual retail price of all three Schiaparelli furs as you see them, $7,975. Mr. Butcher, it belongs to you. Congratulations to you. Pass it over to him when he recovers. Well, there you go. We'll have the final scores and the name of the big winner as soon as the tabulation is done. But first, Bill Shipper will explain how you can save some money. Will you watch closely, please?
You gonna let Larry kiss you tonight? It's conceivable. I know you will. And how do you know so much? You got striped toothpaste today. So? So it's even better than mouthwash for your breath. Snoopy, it just so happens that Stripe is especially good for your teeth.
They're both right. Stripe contains the finest cleansing polishing toothpaste, to which we add a wonderful flavor, plus the famous germ killer hexachlorophene, used by physicians and dentists. When you see these red stripes, you know you're getting the original hexachlorophene toothpaste, Stripe. Stripe's hexachlorophene kills tooth decay germs better than any other toothpaste ingredient.
With Stripe, I feel I give my family the double protection of toothpaste plus mouthwash. Protection against decay. Protection against bad breath.
Look for Stripe's 1-cent sale package. Buy the 69-cent tube, get the 31-cent size for only a penny more. Save 30 cents. Get Stripe.
Get them out from under the furs in a moment. Time for the final accounting. Vic, what are the scores over there?
Here they are, Bill. An electric cart. Mr. Hamp has won an electric cart, bellhop job, income tax for an approximate total of $3,280. Mrs. Van Outreeve has won the furniture for a total of $3,105. Mr. Futcher has won the mobile home, the furs, for a total of $12,125. And Mrs. Yobin, we're sorry you didn't win anything, but we have for you, over to your left, the complete 54-volume set of great books, plus the Syntopican Idea Index, all published by Encyclopedia Britannica. Bill, who's our champ?
Well, with $12,125, Mr. Alex Futcher, milkman from Alexandria, Kentucky. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you, Mr. Hamp. Your total was $19,171 for the 2 weeks. Mrs. Van Outreeve and Mrs. Yovin, our thanks to you. Mr. Butcher, would you do us the honor of joining us again next week?
I'll try my best.
And for your last look at the sports sweepstakes, join us again next week when The Price is Right will again be brought to you by Lever Brothers. We'll see you then, or tomorrow morning on this station on the daytime Price is Right. Thank you ever so much, and good night, everybody.
The Price is Right has been brought to you by new Stripe toothpaste with germ-killing hexachlorophene for the double protection of toothpaste plus mouthwash. Lever Brothers unconditionally guarantees satisfaction or your money back. The Price is Right is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This is Vic Roby speaking.
Hi, this is Terry Como. Music, comedy, variety, and guest stars. That's our recipe for tonight's Kraft Music Hall Colorcast. Next on NBC. Then stay tuned for Peter Lind Hayes and Mary Healy as Peter Loves Mary. Tonight over most of these NBC stations.